action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love. My friends and fellow travelers on this wild, sacred road of life, stop for a moment. Breathe with me. Feel the heartbeat drumming inside your chest, that rhythm calling you higher. Today, I'm inviting you into something powerful, something we've been building together throughout these very transmissions. I am opening the doors to the Stairway to Self-Mastery series, a live, intimate 4-week journey designed to take you from the dungeon of old chains to the radiant freedom of a sovereign life. This is not another surface-level workshop. This is deep inner alchemy. Over 4 powerful Saturdays, each 2-hour live class, we will climb the stairway of self-mastery together. Each class is a standalone class. You will leave each class with practical tools, poetic activations, guided practices, and a deeper embodiment of the teachings we've explored on this show. Stairway to Self-Mastery, inner work, ancestral connection, resilience, trust, prayer, consciousness, and the great climb out of darkness into light. This is the work that turns prisoners into sovereigns, caterpillars into butterflies, and brokenness into unbreakable gold. For an investment of $500 for the full 4-week series, each course has 8 unique live transformational teachings and practices, PDF downloads, and recorded weekly classes to help you with your inner transformational journey. If you're hearing this call in your bones, if you're tired of circling the same dungeon walls, if you're ready to lay the first stone of your own stairway and climb with a community of fellow warriors, then join me. We start soon. Don't let another Saturday pass the old habits. The dungeon door is already open. The light is waiting. The stairway is ready for you. I'll see you on the climb. This is Adventures into Reality, where inner work becomes the outer revolution. Let's rise together. Welcome, everyone, to another Adventure into Reality. I'm your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. Today, our first hour is a live call-in show. Our second hour is going to be members area only. So if you want to join the members area, you have to go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and join the members area, and you will get the link that allows you to join the members area. Looks like we got some callers already waiting in here. Just 1 second before we take a caller. I want to read something. 1 minute. All right. Many, 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 many years ago, when I was a different style of practicing shamanic energy, I would go out to a special ceremonial fire, and I would take requests with me to go into a visionary space and bring information back about a person who would sometimes send me a picture, an item that they carry, maybe a small little story about what they are. And I would go into this really special energy place, and I would come back with unique messages for the person. And I want to read some of these older ones. Okay. I don't want to make it a regular basis where I get people to understand the passion that it requires to go through this grander journey. Okay. For the one who has been living too much in the light, I call to my sacred medicine spread. The fire is lit with the deep, listening patience of wood that has already both known both the long day and the longer night. I place the tools with care, the white pine talking stick aligned to the north, the prayer pipe of inner peace resting in the south, the western shadow held open like a doorway that does not demand entry, and the eastern feather lifted toward the first true darkness of whatever is ready to begin. Smoke rises in long, measured threads and begins to weave itself into the living dreamweave. The filaments pulse faintly, carrying every moment you have ever stayed too long in the harsh clarity of exposure, and every moment the fertile dark has continued to wait, patient and unoffended, for your return. The seers of the southern skies arrive as a widening in the air, a gentle pressure that makes the circle larger than it was. From the widened space, the first presence enters, not with announcement, but with the sudden, precise intelligence of one who sees what the daylight cannot. Friend Raven settles in the rim of the medicine bowl, black feathers drinking the firelight until they seem to hold more night than night itself. Raven does not speak at once. He tilts his head and regards you with an eye that has watched every spirit to live only what can be proven and displayed. You have been living too long in the bright, examined places. The constant light has made certain things visible, but it also bleached the deeper colors of your own becoming. Raven's medicine is the return to fertile darkness, the understanding that not everything true needs to be seen in order to be real. For one full moon cycle, once each day, give yourself a deliberate period of true darkness. No screens, no artificial light. Simply sit or lie in the dark and allow the eyes to stop searching. Do not seek vision. Do not try to make the darkness useful. Let it be darkness. The life force account is not filled only with what can be shown. Sometimes it is filled by the willingness to let certain things remain hidden long enough to ripen. Grandmother Moon arrives next, not as a distant light, but as a cool, silver gravity that settles over the cycle like a shawl. Her presence carries the memory of every tide that has ever risen and fallen without needing to explain itself. You have forgotten the medicine of the cyclical dark. The body still knows the older rhythm of waxing and waning, but the mind has overruled it with the band of constant illumination. Grandmother Moon's medicine is the permission to recede without apology. For the next 3 moon cycles, once each week, honor one evening as a true retreat from outer demand. Dim the light, soften the voice, allow the energy you have spent on being visible to return to the inner waters. What has been overexposed begins to recover in depth when it is allowed to rest in the silver dark. The life force account responds to genuine cyclical rest the way the ocean responds to the pull of the moon. You do not need to remain full at times. The emptiness is part of the same living rhythm. Sacred Mountain enters last, not a form that can be walked around, but as a vast, immovable presence that rises inside the circle until the ordinary scale of worry becomes small. Its voice is the long memory of stone that has watched countless weathers pass without being diminished. You've been living too close to the shifting weather of the moment. Sacred Mountain's medicine is the long view, the understanding that some truths can only be seen from height and distance, and that not every storm requires your immediate descent into it. For 21 days, once each evening, Ask yourself one quiet question. What still matters when this weather has passed? Do not answer with the mind's first urgency. Sit with the question until a slower knowing rises. Let the smaller storms take their rightful size. The life force account responds to genuine perspective, the way dry ground responds to rain. You do not need to stand in the center of every weather. You need only to remember that the mountain remains after the clouds move on. The seers, the southern seers gather the three currents into one into one and speak through the smoke with calm of those who have watched many spirits mistake constant visibility for truth. The sacred neutral point of view is not a place of endless exposure. It is the place from which both light and dark can be held without the need to force either one to be permanent. You have been holding it to yourself too long in the bright. Examine places as though the dark might erase you. If you fully entered it, a life lived only in the light becomes thin and overseen. A life that is allowed to root in the fertile dark becomes dense with real becoming. The dream weave does not require your constant illumination. It requires your willingness to be hidden, at least sometimes, by the same forces that have been shaping you all along. The invisible savings account of life force is not filled only with what can be displayed. It also is filled by the moments when the need to remain visible is set down and the deeper colors are allowed to return. The fire settles into a deep, quiet bed of coals. Raven, Grandmother Moon, and Sacred Mountain withdraw only far enough to give the circle room. Yet their frequencies remain. Three distinct threads holding the space opens so that what was been living too much and the light can begin to remember the mercy of the dark. You are not required to stay illuminated at all times. The dark has never been your enemy. It's only been waiting for you to stop resisting its gifts. Keep dancing the dream. Dream on. That was a
Oh,
very, very powerful one. All right. Let's see. Who will we go to first? Let's go to Eric. You were there first. Signal to unmute. Eric, are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, man. Where are you calling from?
California, a little town over here in Southern California. We talked the other week, so we don't have to talk too much.
Okay. What did you think of what I read?
Uh, I liked it. It's hard for me to be still and silent. That's for sure.
Okay.
Um, what? It, I don't know what else to say about it. Sorry.
Okay. I'll move on to someone else. We'll come back later.
Okay,
Let's move
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Sarah. Are you there?
Hi,
Sarah?
Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, we'll not talk about that one right now. That was powerful. That was wonderful. And I have Jamie Sam's book here right next to me when you're speaking about dancing the dream. I was like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Like you were said, the silence. It's hard to get in there these days.
Yeah.
So the
So a lot of
effort
people are
to,
afraid of the silence because in the silence is a very unique voice.
and sometimes it gets to be multiple voices because it was the
Right?
grocery store. It was the truck down the street. It was
Oh.
this and that and the other that keeps coming at you. And trying to let that all go and let it all file away where it belongs is it's challenging, especially now since we are so bombarded by all of the outside voices. And yeah, it can be scary to embrace the darkness, to consider that um, that's still a part of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that style that I just read, I've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 ebooks full of that stuff that I haven't released for whatever reason over the years. It's similar to the stream read stuff. It has its own things that I'd rather people learn from the right way than the wrong way. One of the reasons I stopped doing stream reads is too many people took it the wrong way and used it as an abusive energy. And when I look back at the time where I was doing that particular style of reading, I was doing a tremendous amount of ceremony, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and had a full-time job as a full-time healer. I look back at that and I like, again, I was 30 something years, 25 years ago. I was a young and dumb then. And full metaphorically just full of the energy of life. Okay. That was a very unique, powerful teaching moment for me. And I'd like for people to be able to discover that for themselves. But we're at a point now where people just give up reading. They've just given up on reading any form of long form content.
That's interesting. Um, because I have been finding myself pulled back to um, trying to read more
Uh-huh.
versus just letting somebody else's voice speak
Uh-huh.
my life into my world.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I felt like I was getting caught up. And what really helps me um, in regards to what I have really pulled from your teachings and is the connection with the moon,
Uh-huh.
the stones, the
Uh-huh.
air, and realizing that there is a connection if we so choose to acknowledge it. We can get into that and work with that instead of clinging to the indoctrinations that we have as a people received to avoid listening to your intuition or your gut. We've been so led away from our own intuition that we should just turn on the television or open a YouTube, and in 30 seconds we should be able to have all that knowing just flood into us, and now I've got it.
Wow.
And that is not satisfying. We're left hungry and starving. It's like eating, Totino's pizza rolls, and you've had a whole bag, your belly's bursting, but you're starving. And you end up going into, the shakes. Like, I need to eat, but I just filled myself with what?
Uh-huh.
Fumes, junk.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
those, very powerful, very, very powerful. And Andrew, I think that it was not yet time. The stream reads were appropriate for that
But for
time.
the time, it was a learning experience for me.
Oh, I'm sure to
Big
juggle
learning
all of
experience
that
for me. Yeah.
is. Can I ask you, um, the tons and tons of ceremony that you did? I know that takes effort and time, but my guess is that is what helped to keep you grounded and solid and able to carry
No,
on.
that was a heavy passion of mine.
Ah,
It was a very heavy passion. So I would work, I would come home, I would make dinner, I would go out and set the fire up, do some quick opening prayers over the wood pile that I was going to start, and by 9 o'clock I would have the fire going, and by 11:30 I was winding down because then I would take all of that to bed and sleep on it and come back with a clearer vision the next time I came to the fire. Because what that particular set of fires was about was me entering the dreaming space that I was about to go into. So that fire time was me preparing and sending energy to me who was about to be asleep about this unique perspective so I could gather a council of my many selves to begin expressing what the vision was when concentrated on a person, place, or thing.
When you speak about the many selves, is that including what you refer to as the precognitive, postcognitive?
Yes, that's actually
Very
how I
good.
got introduced to that as a concept. And
And
that's what allowed me the nuances of understanding in 6 months, are any of my words going to stick to this person? And if so, how can I strategize in real time and see 6 months into the future what will stick?
now, taking a look at the current waves of energy, is it as beneficial as it was to lay out 6 months ahead? Or would it be more beneficial to concentrate on, say, the
If you
next
have no
15 minutes a
if
day?
you have no real practice, stay consistent. If you've had real practice for long periods of time, this is where you would double down on planning as much future as possible, even if it ends up changing.
But at least it's laying that groundwork, that foundation, kind of clearing a path ahead of you. Is that correct?
No, if you have no practice, you have to make a path. And sometimes you've got to start from the first brick you laid, and go back to the first brick. Is there uniformity in your bricklaying? Okay, what's the paved path really supposed to look like when you're starting to pave into a future that's uncertain?
Very good. Very good. That has been part of what I have been adding to my practice recently,
Mhm.
is the laying a golden brick road. I literally see a golden brick road,
Right.
and I put out several different pathways for me to follow so that I have options. And I do not get into tightly specified details. It's not time for that yet, but making the solid foundation so that there is energy and love, in at least on my path, as I
Sure.
go forward.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, good
But it's
stuff.
also not the only thing.
All right,
The
I agree.
strategist has to the strategist has to know what are your basic needs fulfilled, what are the wants that should be fulfilled, and what are the desires that are out of reach versus in reach. How do we achieve some semblance of balance with all of this desire, will, expression? And know that every choice, every aspect of this moving forward is choice. You either are doing or you're not doing. You're either allowing or you're not allowing. It's really a black and white. You're allowing it, yes or no. Are you partially blocking it, yes or no?
Oh, I
And
like those
knowing that everything
questions.
is down to choice will give you better understandings of how programs assume power by the power of choice. They made a choice, and all of a sudden you think, well, something made a choice for me. I can't unchoose it. When in fact you can unchoose something and unravel it as an energetic experience with it still as a unique memory.
Now, I'm going to get nitpicky here. I would agree that you can unravel it, but I challenge you on the statement of unchoosing it unless you're time traveling. Once you've
Well,
made the
everything is
choice, you've made
consciousness
it.
is time traveling. Unchoosing just goes back to the moment where somebody chose a negative perception.
Ah, okay. So you can switch your perspective. You can choose a different
Correct.
perspective. Okay.
Correct. But you got to know where it started.
Ooh, boy.
Part of the inner investigation of the unique being inside you. Where roughly did it start? Where can I find that thread of victim becoming the victim, or whatever it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, and sometimes our little inner selves, we've got those little minions or goblins or whatever you want to
Yep.
call them, that we should have fired years ago
Right.
that play
Who
the
have little
tricks, yes?
fiefdoms, right? Have little
Yes.
fiefdoms, and often kind of become a mafia type organization inside you.
Yes, and they end up running the show, and the word salad that they put through,
Uh-huh.
yes, I find myself, yes, I will trip over those, and then a moment of clarity comes along, and I've been doing this long enough now that I can laugh most of the time and go, I just fooled myself.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. So, yeah, and then we have to shift and make another perspective. Yes. Hmm. So, how long ago did you write this one? I came in a few minutes late, so I don't know if you spoke to that or not.
2005 to 2009, somewhere in that range.
Beautiful. And what brought it to your forefront for
I
today's
found it
reading?
in my Google Drive,
Awesome.
and I started reworking with some of the content.
I have a far out question for you.
Sure.
I was talking with a girlfriend of mine today, and she was talking about the little synchronicities, and she's finding herself questioning them because even before she says anything, her phone and her computer are starting to bring up things that she may have just been thinking about.
That happens
Uh,
all the time. Your phone, your computer, and your television and multiple things in your environment are sending data back to them that create prediction models of what you might do next and what they might send you. They also follow and track where you drive to and from, wherever your phone goes by, what stores you go by. So
and so
yes,
then,
your phone is doing that.
okay, so these algorithms are doing calculations in
Yeah,
the, what you
everyone
said,
in this
predictive
chat room,
modeling.
everyone out there has had a moment where, you were just talking with your friend about, a certain kind of underwear, and all of a sudden it's being advertised to you.
Agreed, agreed. But not
Okay?
even talking about it is what she had mentioned. She
That
says,
has
I
been
didn't
going
even
on
talk
for
about
a long time too. It's just in their head.
it.
The
So
thing
is
is,
that,
they can make a prediction model of what's in your head based on how you search, how you look, what your experiences are.
and can that hijack your intuition then?
Absolutely,
Because
it's
you
done on
think,
purpose.
okay. So,
Absolutely, it can hijack it.
so in building our own defense around ourself, like the psychic defense, is this where this kind of teaching comes into? So that you are aware and not caught off guard instead of thinking, oh my gosh, it's such a synchronicity. My phone just knew exactly what, and it's so perfect. Oh, God's leading me in the right direction.
Yes. And then you get there and go, God, fuck me. Fuck this God shit.
Right? So is that part of the agenda?
Can be. That doesn't mean it always is.
Right?
You are the author of your own pain and your own comedy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So discernment, that's the big word that I keep remembering from you when I have those kinds of interesting synchronicities. I remember, let's use our discernment here. How do you know when it's the difference? Is it just because you've been practicing so long? Or do you have a series of like self questions that you put yourself through?
How did I learn what I was doing? Is that what you're asking?
No, how do you know, like today, when little synchronicities and whatnot pop up? How do you know the difference between externally generated and calculated algorithmic synchronicities versus genuine?
I'm gonna give you a very unique answer. Educated guess.
I like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes a number is just a number to be a number one.
Yeah.
And other times a number is a number to be a pattern of numbers just once. And then every now and then, every few millennia, a set of numbers that once were a pattern, that were not a pattern, suddenly become a pattern in a single number in a moment in the future in which you haven't experienced yet, but those numbers are still in you.
Cool. Cool.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's good. I like that.
Infinite pregnant potential.
That's life right there. That
right.
is life. That is
Yeah,
life.
universe is your baby mama.
Now, are you going to be doing anything special for our eclipse this evening?
No. No.
Okay. Why not?
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to look in your phone over the years that you've had that phone and taking pictures, how many pictures of the full moon are there?
Maybe 5.
Okay. There are other people that have 500, 5,000. Capturing that moon moment. Not every eclipse is meant to be the end of the world ceremonial change. Sometimes it's just another eclipse marking another time for all those other blokes out there who don't do any work for them to pick it up. And other times, you know what? Take this eclipse off.
Very well.
Okay?
Yeah. Yep, I have done that.
I'm taking this eclipse off. Next eclipse, I'll make up for it.
Okay.
Okay? I'm taking this eclipse off.
You're
Exactly,
making
it's
choices.
choice.
Exactly.
I'm
Choice.
making a choice. Exactly.
Excellent. Excellent. That's fun. That's very fun.
And universe went, okay, I'm marking this down on my sheet. The next eclipse is going to go, so you going to do anything this eclipse? And I'm going to be like, yes, I am.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, we don't have to show up for every single party.
Right.
Good. 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 So, do you have any other questions for me?
I don't know. Do I?
Oh, Andrew, you're so fun. Thank you so much.
All right, Dan, let me move on to another caller.
Perfect. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Yeah. Michaela, you're next. Michaela, are you there? Going once? Going twice? Michaela. Michaela.
Hello?
Hey, you made it. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we lost her now. Michaela, are you there? All right. Let's move on to Lanisha. Did I catch you in the bathroom?
No, not this time. I was ready for you. Constantly saying, please don't call on me. Please don't call on me. Please don't call on me.
And I heard your call. Call on me. Call on me. Call on me.
Yeah, I usually use terms in different ways. And so I usually will say, call someone else, because whatever you say after don't is what usually happens. Uh-huh. At least that's what I think anyway. So I said it the wrong way. You got me caught.
How you been since we talked last?
Well, I have taken the pills, the blood pressure stuff, and started getting my health together. And as far as my home situation, I am working the plan and uh, going through the system to get separation
There you
so
go.
I can focus on my health and she can get the help she needs.
Good job.
Yeah, so
Good job.
it's working. I mean, the plan is in process. I'll put it like that.
Good.
Yeah. Well, going through the process is now I'll admit I have not stopped with the nope, have not stopped with the cannabis, but the ketamine, because my blood pressure was what it was, that had to stop. But I ordered some micro doses that should be here soon.
Yeah, I don't think you should be doing ketamine at all, though.
Yeah,
I think it's another deeper avoidance mechanism that's not going to hit the core of what's actually going on with you.
I mean, I get it. It's just deep now. I don't know. I can't see straight. I can't see anything. It's a slippery slope into a
Because you've
dark
invested,
depression
you
that I
can't,
can't see how to get out of.
right, because you invested so much into your daughter, you don't know how to invest in yourself anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay?
Uh-huh.
That's it. Okay? Just know when it comes time for you to do the level of work, you got to give yourself the same dedication you would have given your daughter. You don't quit on yourself. But you also don't overwork yourself and you don't underwork yourself. You find that delicate balance of what it takes to, starting moving forward in your journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I've put up I can't say a barrier, but it's every day and I know it's baby steps. It's like as I'm forming the question, the answers are coming, right? So the acknowledge the baby steps. I guess that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but part of the baby steps are what is it the body needs first before you can rush through the journey. Because unfortunately, you've rushed yourself through so many journeys, okay, that you really weren't able to take care and nurture the parts of yourself that needed to be nurtured before the rush.
Hmm.
Which is setting yourself up the home in which you can let down and begin to have a regular practice that you can be proud of, that shows you the growth that you've been looking for and the advances that you've been looking for, and finding a new balance in life that shows you, hey, there's more to this world out there. And I gotta gather back my strength to go and explore it.
Yeah.
Gotta find that passion, that explorer passion inside you once again.
Yeah. That's why I said the baby steps.
Right.
Because my days get convoluted with calls and appointments and food and cooking, and I'm wore out by the end of the night.
Yep. And what do you
So,
do to wind your night down?
I hit my bong and then just chill and do what feels good,
Okay. So you hit your bong.
because that can quiet the noise for me in
Well,
that moment.
it's you making a choice to use cannabis to quiet the noise. There's nothing wrong.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Though you can easily abuse it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but right, take it easily abuse it. Makes it very easy to avoid those things. Okay. So once you've had your hit on your bong, what goes on next? Do you watch television? What do you do?
Nothing. I watch TV.
What do you watch?
I watch witchy shows or murder mysteries.
All right. So what shows are you watching now?
Well, right now just the TV's on Independence Day. It's just playing whatever comes on. So
No. What
Independence
would you
Day
be
is on.
watching normally if you were watching TV? What series are you?
Oh, let's see. What was I watching last night? The Tourist, which is
Yeah, I know the movie.
okay. I
Yeah.
was watching that series, and yeah, that's it. And like I said, I'll watch a witchy show. I
Uh-huh.
really am into witchy shows.
Have you seen the new House of Dragon, the prequel one on HBO?
No, I stopped watching The House of Dragon when she freed the slaves and the slaves killed her husband and her baby.
Yeah.
It just hurt me that I guess I related. That was a trigger. I guess I related so much for her trying to trust these people thinking that she's doing right and how much pain it caused her. And so I
I was
just
talking
kind
the
of,
prequel to House of Dragon. There's another series that came out. It's
oh
seven.
no.
It's up your alley. It's something you should invest some time to watch.
Okay. I did have a question. You've answered the question. So, but just to let you know that I had a question about helping others like on a spiritual level, but I got to get my shit together first. So,
And
wait.
it won't take long to get your shit together. It's just once you have a plan,
Yeah,
sticking with it, and knowing what to take on, what not to take on.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there's some. I think I'm gonna call you for a interview My goodness, set up an appointment because there's some deeper things going on
Okay.
that I don't want to talk on live.
That's fine. That's fine. You know how to do it. It's always there.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, that's where we are. That's where I am right now. Just managing today, you know,
Good.
and that's about all I really got.
How long have you been on the blood pressure medicine for now?
Whatever the last time I talked to you, a couple of days later I started.
Have you noticed a difference?
My doctor has. He says it. I gotta admit it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think my resistance is not letting me see the truth. You know, it's like, but the numbers are there. I can't like not see
Are you,
it.
are you peeing up a storm?
That was always the case because I was increasing my water. So I don't really have any symptoms. I didn't have any symptoms of the blood pressure being high. I didn't have any symptoms of taking the medicine either. It's a very low dose.
Yeah, but you've noticed the difference since you've taken it, is what I'm asking.
Just in the readings.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the what they read because I didn't have symptoms before I started taking it.
Yes, you did. You just ignored it.
Okay then.
Yeah, you did. You fully ignored it.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why I feel like uh uh I don't get symptoms on a lot of stuff then. Because
Right.
I just ignored all of it, maybe.
You stuffed it down and moved on.
Mm, that could very much be true.
Okay.
I don't have time for symptoms.
Exactly. I don't got time for this shit. You know what I got to
Nope.
do today?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. I gotta make this call. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I'll tune in later.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And then
darling,
later
let me let you go and see if
is
I can get one
another
more
day.
call. Yeah, let me let you go and see if I can get one more caller in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Michaela, are you there now? Michaela, are you there? You unmuted for a second. Oh, that's on. There we go. Another signal to unmute.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, darling, how's it going since we talked last?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you, Andrew?
Good. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, it's a personal question, might be a little bit boring.
Okay.
But I just wanted to ask you about work and finances.
Okay. Tell me about what's going on in your life right now.
In general?
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of in a stuck phase, looking for different work, and I've had a bunch of opportunities, but nothing's really landed.
What kind of opportunities?
Well, I would say mostly I've been confused about what I'm actually aiming for.
Like what? Like what do you mean? Like the job your jobs you're applying for?
Yeah.
Like what are you applying for?
So my experience is writing. That's what I've been doing for the past few years. And I guess I'm just a bit, unsure of where to go from here. Like my plan has been to work remotely.
What kind of writing have you been doing?
I've worked mostly in the iGaming niche.
Okay. Do you write articles? You get paid to write articles?
Yeah.
So like what would be an example of an article style you've written?
Mostly reviews.
Okay.
At the moment,
whatever game you review a game. Okay.
Yeah, I review websites and games. Before that, I was doing more of a variety, but then I got a lot of consistent work with this company that I was working with for a few years.
Are you working freelance or are you getting a paycheck?
Yeah, it's all been freelance.
And that's what you're unsure about the freelance world, or what is it that you're unsure about?
I guess like what I actually want to do.
Okay, the actual structure of what you want to do. All right.
Yeah.
What education background do you have?
I've done some courses, but I don't have any degrees. I never went to university.
Okay. And how old are you now?
I'm 34.
34. Okay, you still got plenty of time. What have been your passions in life?
Well, I wanted to give you a bit of a trajectory to maybe explain how I got a bit lost and confused.
Oh, you lost yourself. You were so into living normal life that the future you lost your future and you got stuck in the present set of choices. Do this to get this, do this to get this, transact to get this. And you lost your visionary future person because you had to live so much in the moment to deal with the reality of what was going on with the job that you had, the nature of the work that you were doing, the creativity that it required, the friends and family that were around you at that time. That's the easy part. Okay. Now the big part here is, are you ready to rediscover yourself?
In a totally new and different way?
Well, part of rediscovery is giving it a chance. It could be a completely different way. It could be a temporary way. It could be a variety of things. You just have to learn to not limit what it's going to be. Here would be an example. You decide that, all right, I need to start injecting new things into my journey and my experience. I'm going to go find a classic dance class and go and join it and meet some people who want to be classic dancers. Okay? You're not becoming a classic dancer. You're not going to turn professional in it. You're doing it to learn the passion thereof and the exercise that it gives. You do that for a couple of weeks and you go, all right, now I need to do something else. All right, I'm going to go and do try out for a play. And then something else, and then something else, until you rediscover passionate energy in yourself. Stuff that says, all right, I'm living again. I'm not just maintaining. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is what I have been attempting to do, but I think I've been very, I think I lack,
You got to
well, I've
stick up.
lacked a lot of courage, I think.
No, you got to stick up your butt.
Or that.
You're very serious. You're very hard. You're very stubborn. It's very hard to change your mind about certain subject matters, especially about yourself.
So how do I move beyond that?
Ooh, the toughest part of the inner work. Here's where, are you going to be on the journey of mastering yourself, or are you going to be just playing around with mastering yourself? Here's where it's a commitment to the journey, which is called the Stairway to Self-Mastery, which is mastering self-healing and self-nurturing, and all the unique ways you could self-heal and self-nurture, taking the pressure off yourself to have clear vision, clear statements, clear frequencies, clear creativities. Picking up a spiritual practice and giving it a set of responsibilities that say, I'm practicing this because I know it expands my energetic horizons, allows me to see deeper and farther and clearer simply by doing the repetition of practice. I can afford 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week to begin this journey and commit to that journey. And then when I'm ready to take it at a more serious level, you go 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And then you find the balance between those two. And literally making it be something serious in your life while you are still on the journey of discovering passion. Okay? Slowly you have, think of it like a wet towel that you're wringing out and wringing out and wringing out. And every now and then you let that towel fill up with water and you wring it out and you wring it out. You haven't let your towel refill up on water in a long time. You're wringing and wringing and wringing, and you're not allowing of the new flow force of energies to saturate you.
Do you see that being like the past 3 years mainly?
A bigger part of your life, where you get into your own way and slow yourself down and we'll even say at times self-defeat a lot. Do you see that in yourself?
Yeah. A friend did mention that to me once, and it did kind of hit hard. Or, yeah.
Why does it happen?
I don't know.
Then this is one of those things that you want to find out. And this is called inner work. Inner work is not just something anybody else just picks up off the street. It's a skill that's learned and earned and relearned and earned and learned and relearned through practice. Okay? What I can tell you is my class, The Stairway to Self-Mastery, it starts next week. If not, there are pre-recorded ones that you can begin to do. There's all the free 30-day challenges that are there for you. Find one, stick to one. Okay? You can go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. You can sign up for the class or the replay or do the 3 30-day challenges. And those are where you start. Okay? There's plenty of free resources and paid resources there. It's the level of seriousness that you want. If you're in the paid class, you get a classroom of other people. You get to do questions and answers. It's 8 classes, it's 4 classes, 2 teachings each. So at the end of the class, you have 8 specialized teachings that take you through the entire journey of resolving the inner work. It doesn't matter. Each class is a standalone class. Each 30-day challenge, which are free, are a standalone challenge that give you specialized instructions of how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, what kind of effort to put through to it. But that's where you're at right now. Are you financially challenged right now?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I'm living on savings pretty much.
And how many months of savings do you have left?
Just a few.
Is it possible for you to go back and live with somebody that's just rent free, that's a friend or a family member's?
No, I've tried that.
Why is there no relationship?
Well, all there really is my dad, and he has a small apartment and says that no one can stay with him.
You don't have any friends?
Not really. I mean, I've pretty much asked like everyone I know.
Well, then what you need to do is hit the ground running with as much freelance work as you can find and get yourself out of debt. Okay. You're at a point where you can't just light worker your way into the end of a debt takes over. You got to take seriousness in the next handful of days, which is priority number 1 is to get money flowing. Priority number 2 is, am I ready to start a practice to find balance? And priority 3 is, what can I do to hold myself accountable to finding work and finding balance? Does that sound that hard?
Well, no, I mean, it just sounds like what I have to do.
Right. Okay. How available is work if you really reach in?
Well, a plan of mine has been to teach English online.
Okay.
So I have got an opportunity with that's come through.
Yeah, but is that going to pay enough?
Well, I've got like a combination of things. I've got that, and then I'm also helping a publisher here with some editing work. So they don't pay too much, but it's like little bits.
So by the end of the month, are you net positive or net negative?
I think I might be still a little bit negative.
All right. You need to make sure that it's net positive. Okay, so that's how much more work you have to find, or ask the people you're doing editing work for more consistent work, or all of the above. You need to start being net positive, not net negative. That will give you the best opportunity to go, all right, here's where I take take charge of my life. I begin that daily practice. I stick with it and hold myself accountable to it so I can begin to learn what inner work is to stop the self-defeating habit patterns.
I feel like I did have a phase where I was doing good inner work.
You were, but you also reached a phase where the work in the past that you've done is not the same work you need in the future. You are an ever-evolving being, and the style of work in the past was what the style you needed then. And the new you is going to require a new style, a new passion, a new charge, a new inner frequency of what fulfills the thirst for life in you. And once you find that nectar that fulfills something in you, all that old work is for naught. It's not for naught. It comes back to you tenfold as experience.
Do you think that location has something to do with it? Because a part of me always wants to go back to where I was when I was doing all that inner work.
Where was that?
I was more out in nature, like outside of the city, and I was doing my work, like living on farms.
What city?
Where I am now.
Yeah.
I'm in Cape Town now. Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah. No, where you're at, energy is fine. That's not its challenge. It's the energy of your environment, if I were to use like a weatherman's perspective, the weatherman is very inaccurate. Like they say it's going to rain tomorrow and it's not going to rain. They say it's going to snow the next day, the snow never comes. So you never believe the weatherman. And that's the challenge of the energy in your area. It's very hard to find what is going to be the next thread that sticks for several weeks. From the weather patterns all the way down to the human patterns. The energy of that area is very, very much influenced by the ancestral realms. So you need to find an a balanced practice of ancestral energies where you're making regular ancestral offerings with a bit of knowledge behind it that allows those ancestral energies to just help balance out the pressure that comes to you.
So would it not be a bit more stable for me outside of the city, perhaps?
No, I don't think so. I think where you're at right now is the best place for your growth. I think if you go out further, you will go further away from your ability to make money. And the fact that you need to physically hustle and the look for remote work will actually be your downfall, where a physical in-person work will double or triple your income, was the type of energy that you have, that you've been denying about yourself for a very long time.
That I've been what? Sorry?
Denying about yourself for a very long time. You are a social butterfly who was wounded a long time ago that now allowing yourself to be a social butterfly.
Because my dad kind of like he gives me advice, but I am often resistant towards it.
Sure. Darling, I got to let you go. I got to go to do my members area. It's been great talking to you, though.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, there is one thing that if I could quickly mention to you.
Sure.
Because I just felt if I spoke to you ever, I'd want to share it with you. Because you're the first person that I've heard speak about the fetus in the womb. And I actually remember being in the womb. It's a memory that I've had my whole life, which is apparently like something quite rare.
It's not as rare as psychologists say that it is. There are a lot of people who end up having a deja vu later in their life, which are where a fetus in the womb is projecting itself into potential futures and is bonding with yours, making that deja vu moment, passing on memories from the womb state.
So it is a real, actual memory?
Oh yeah, it's real memories. And if you get to the quiet, still space inside yourself, true activated silence, you'll be able to discover more and more and more about that.
Yeah, I actually did have earlier when I was thinking about it, like a new part of it unlocked.
Yeah. Hey, darling, I got to let you go. I got to go do the members area. I'm over time already.
Thank you, Angie.
All right, darling, take it easy. All right, bye-bye.